Hello, my name is Katie, and in the next series of videos I'll be demonstrating strategies to use different pieces of equipment, and all of the equipment that I will be using is often available through the ALSA Association of Massachusetts and their equipment loan closet. So if the equipment is something that you think may be helpful for you, then I encourage you to reach out to them to see if they do have it available for you. And the information provided in the videos by no means replaces any medical advice, and if you are interested in using any of the equipment, we recommend that you reach out to your physician, your physical and occupational therapist, to make sure that that equipment is the right equipment for you, the safest equipment for you, and then for them to arrange for you to have appropriate training to make sure that you're using it correctly in a way that minimizes any risk of injury to you or those helping you. But we hope you find them helpful, and thank you very much for watching. Hello! In this video I'm going to show you how to get this sling that can be used with the Hoyer lift behind someone. So this is a U-sling, and it's the kind that we typically recommend, and what it is it's basically an upside down U, and this top part here will go behind the person with the bottom here tucking under their rear end, and then these side straps here will go down along the legs and then tuck under each thigh. So I'll show you that. So I have Eureka sitting in the chair here. What I'm going to have you do, Eureka, is I'm going to help you lean forward. So I'm going to stand in front of her. I'm going to have a nice wide base of support. Then I'm just going to help her lean forward. And if she needs to lean into me, she can. But while she's leaning forward, I'm going to reach behind and get the sling tucked behind her. So I'm going to reach down so that the very bottom of it is tucked under her buttocks. Okay, and now you can go ahead and lean back. And then I'm going to do one leg at a time, and basically I'm going to come down, I'm going to bring it down so it's coming under her hip. If you're working with a wheelchair, make sure it's inside the wheelchair, all aspects of it, so that you're not pulling up the wheelchair when you go to move. Bring this down, get the other one. So again, tucked under her buttocks and hip on this side. And then I want to get it under each thigh. So I'm just going to lift this leg up and bring it under. Make sure it's nice and flat. And then I'm going to do the same on this side, is lift this up, bring it under, and let her rest down. So you should have the two straps in the middle in between her legs right now. I'm going to cross those two straps so that the one under her right leg is going off to the left, and the one under her left leg is coming off to the right. And then I'm going to grab my machine. So coming in with our Hoyer lift, I'm going to actually raise the bar so I don't hit her in the face. I'm going to widen the legs to get around her chair. Come in nice and close, but you definitely want to be making sure that I'm not coming in so close that I'm running over her feet, and then you want to pay close attention to where this bar is so that you're not hitting her in the head. Now I'm going to come in, I am going to lock it. I may have to unlock it to adjust it later. I'm going to start with the back straps here. You can start with the leg ones, it doesn't matter, but there are two back straps here, and I want to make sure that they are hooked up at the same color. So we have, I can show you better on this side, a green, a purple, and a black setting here. And so if I do black on this side to hook to the lift, then I want to make sure I'm doing black on this side as well, just so she's symmetrical side to side. And then if you have middle loops, which not all slings do, you can attach these as well. And I'm going to come down a little bit, Eureka, just watch your head, keep your head back. Good, and for some people you may have to help keep their head back, so it may require a second person for that. But I'm going to do, this one I'm going to end up doing purple, because that's what reaches. And I'm going to find the matching strap over here and do purple as well. And then finally I have these leg ones, and again, I crossed them earlier, so if I uncross it, you don't necessarily need to come through, but you do want to make sure they're crossed. So the one under her left thigh strap should be coming over to the right thing here. I'm going to hook it, again, do whatever color reaches. I could force the purple if I wanted to, and actually I might do that, so I'm going to come lower, watching her head. You do whichever one reaches. You do want to make it kind of as tight as you can if they reach. So I did purple over here. I'm going to match. I now have the right thigh strap coming over to the left, and I'm going to do purple again on this side. So side to side, each strap needs to match. They don't need to match along each side. So it could have been black, purple, green if that's what worked. But side to side, you want that same pattern to fit. So if you have black, purple, green, you want black, purple, green over here. We have black, purple, purple. So to come up, I'm going to make sure that the lift is locked. If she's sitting in a wheelchair, that the wheelchair is locked. She is crossing her arms, which is great. If you're not able to cross her arms, you can have them just resting in your lap in an area where they won't get pinched, and you don't want them falling out of the sling either. And this sling here, the back part should support her head so she can lean back into it. But that's something to watch for, is that it hasn't folded under so that it's not then pushing her head back. So we're coming up, and Eureka, definitely let me know if something starts pinching. We can come back down and adjust. And then I'm watching all pieces, making sure that the chair is not coming with us, that it didn't accidentally loop part of the chair. And she is off. So she's up in the air now, and what I can do is I can unlock the lift to move her to where I want to transfer her to. You can see in this position she is leaning back. If you wanted her to be more upright, because say you're going to the toilet, then it is the back strap that you would want to tighten more. So I would probably get her back into this chair and see if I can get her onto either the purple or the green loops. That would help sit her up a little bit more. But we're not going to the toilet, so I can unlock these, and then you can wheel around. The Hoyer does not move very well on a lot of carpets, so you do want to have whatever you're transferring to be as close as possible. And I'm coming back to the same chair, but we'll pretend it is a different chair. And you're going to come around, get nice and close to it, line her up as best you can with the lift, and then lock your brakes again. And then when you're lowering her down, there are a couple things you can do. So you can apply gentle pressure to her knees to help keep her buttocks back. There are also some straps in the back of the sling that you can pull on. So if you're able to pull back like this, that can help bring her buttocks back. So, and I prefer that over pushing on her knees, especially for someone who has either knee pain or a lot of weakness in their legs. So, but sometimes with positioning and where the crank is set up for your lift, you do need to do that, or have a second person help. So I'm lowering her down. I'm holding these straps back to keep her buttocks back. I'm watching her head to make sure I don't hit her in the head. And I'm making sure she's actually on the seat. She's a little bit crooked, but I think I can adjust her once we get the sling out. So when she's down, I want to get the sling off of her so I can get this out of her face. And you just take each of them out. And I'll come around. before I take the sling out, I want to get the actual machine out of the way because it is right in her face right now. So I'm going to unlock it and just move it away. And then to get the sling out from behind her, because we don't like people sitting with the sling underneath them for too long, I'm going to start with the legs, uncross them, and then I'm going to lift this thigh up and pull it out. Same over here. I'm going to come in again, help her lean forward slightly, and from here I should be able to pull it out and help her relax back into it. And then if she needs to be repositioned in the chair, I can help her do that, either with if she's in a wheelchair with the chair functions, or I can help her scoot a little bit. In this video, I'm going to show you how you can use the Hoyer lift to get someone on and off the toilet. And as you can see here, Eureka is already up in the sling, and this is because the wheelchair wouldn't fit in the bathroom with the Hoyer lift. So depending on your bathroom setup, you may need to do the transfer into the Hoyer lift right outside the bathroom rather than in. And while we prefer to travel as little as possible while up, if you can't fit it in the bathroom, you just need to find another way. So fortunately, the Hoyer does fit in the bathroom, so I'm able to wheel her in here. She's in a U-sling, which creates kind of an opening under her buttocks here. And if she needed help getting her pants down, I can lift her up higher and help shimmy them down to get them low enough so when she's on the toilet, we can get them down and out of the way. All right, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to line her up. I'm going to line her up over the toilet. When you're in a pretty good position, you want to make sure you lock the Hoyer lift. And then as she's lowering down, I can either pull these handles from the back to help get her nice and upright sitting, or apply gentle pressure to her knees, as long as that's not painful for her. So I'll do it from the knees this time. And I'm just going to go slight pressure as she comes down. I'm also watching her back, and given that she's brushing the back, I may actually help her from that end instead. If you need to do the crank though and need to stay in the front, that's okay. Just know you may have to put a little more pressure on the knees, and you want to do that if it's not painful. If you do need to still have someone back here, you may need a second person. Alright. Here I'm just holding these handles up so that she can go down. I'm watching her head too to make sure I don't just lower it down so the bar is on her head. And watch your head, here we go, bring it back, perfect. And keep your head back. Are you sitting on it? Perfect. And I want to bring it down low enough so that I can actually get the sling off. So I want to get the leg pieces out of the way, and given how close this is to her face, I'm going to detach the whole thing so I can move the machine while she toilets. So. And watch your own head as well. I've definitely hit my head a few times, so be careful. And now I'm going to move the machine out of the way. And then we don't want the sling underneath her while she's going, so I just want to move the leg pieces out of the way. So if I lift her thigh, get it out to the side, lift this thigh, get it out to the side, and then just double check to make sure the back part isn't too far under her buttocks. And then if you do need to pull the pants in a little bit more, you can shimmy from here, and then she can use the restroom. When she finishes, I can help shimmy her pants up as high as I can get them when she's seated here. And then I'm going to put this You can do some of the cleaning from the front. You may have to finish it up top. But then I'm going to sneak this under, and just be careful that you're not actually catching the toilet seat cover, because it can be pretty easy to hook that. These just come under the thighs again. And then I'm going to bring the machine back in. Watch your head so I don't hit you. And again, the leg thigh pieces should cross when they connect to the machine. Match your colors up. So if I do black over there, I'm going to do black over here. Purple. Purple. And as you're pulling her, like I'm pulling her gently forward to get this last one on, I'm watching her head though to make sure I'm not just pulling her head into the machine. Purple and purple. All right, her hands are tucked in and protected. The machine is locked. And we're going to come back up. And if you raise her, if you need to help finish cleaning, you can raise her up a little bit higher so that you can get underneath to do some cleaning. This is also where you can get underneath to hopefully grab her pants to bring them up to at least to her buttocks. So when she's sitting in a chair again, you can then shimmy them up the rest of the way. So it does take quite a bit of shimmying to get the pants in the right location. But this is a good position to, from underneath, if you lift her up higher, to get some of it under her buttocks. And then from here, I would unlock the machine and roll her back out to her wheelchair or wherever she is planning to be next.